welcome back to another episode of It Happened Off the Res. Today's on today on Off the Menu, we're going to be making a favorite of mine and my family's, and I'm pretty sure most of you. We'll be making menudo. Now, some menudo is made very differently than the way I make it. Some of y'all will recognize a lot of the flavors. There is a secret special ingredient that I will reveal later on in the video. I do think it puts it over the top. So to begin with, let's get the ingredients laid out. So if you're anything like my family, making a small pot of menudo just isn't enough. Menudo needs to last at least a few days. You know, you're gonna have your first batch that you're gonna have as soon as it's done. And for some reason, menudo always tastes good the following morning after it's been reheated or even thawed after sitting in the freezer for a while. I like using one of these big pots because I gotta make a big pot of menudo. You can use a smaller pot if you want. You know, if there's just two of you in the house, or if it's just for yourself, of course you can use a small pot. But there are 5 of us here, and we all love menudo. So I will be using roughly 6 pounds of beef honeycomb tripe. I do prefer the honeycomb. I don't like the other kind. It's a texture thing, I guess. Maybe I don't like the way it's cooked. But this one is already pre-cut, so I don't have to do any cutting. If you can't find the pre-cut ones, just buy the whole thing and cut it up into 1-inch cubed pieces. You will also need, and I do say need, not necessary, but you should use it, pork feet. We call them patitas or patas. These are halved. My grandfather prefers using cow's feet. He likes the bigger knuckles, the more bone marrow to suck out of the feet. I couldn't find any cow's feet. I do prefer it as well. So we're just going to use pig feet. There's 5 pieces. The whole point of the pig's feet is for adding extra layers of fat. Menudo is supposed to be fatty. That's why it's a good hangover cure. It also adds more flavor to the pot. So, that being said, we're going to throw the meat into the pot and cover it with water. And I'll show you how much is in there. So right now I'm filling the pot up with water. You want to fill it up. You know, put enough water in there to cover it, but don't put too much. Menudo really needs to be cooked overnight. And right now it's just about 1:30 in the morning. This menudo is going to be cooking all through the rest of the morning. It should be ready right around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. This is something you have to, you know, it takes time to cook. Menudo's got to be cooked down. So once you got your pot filled with water, you can salt it if you'd like. It's not a requirement to salt your water, but it does help to add more flavor into the meat. So that when you serve it, your family doesn't have to add salt to the menudo. So growing up, waking up in the morning and smelling menudo in the kitchen was one of the greatest smells in the world. If you've never made menudo at home, if you're not used to it, it can be robust, I guess you could say. It is a little smelly, but it's a smell that I grew up with and a smell that I really appreciate. So let's go ahead and turn this camera around and show you what's in the pot. See right there, you have the tripe and the feet inside the water. We're going to bring it up to a full rolling boil and keep it at a full rolling boil for the next 6 to 7 hours. So after the 6 or 7 hours, you're going to start adding your seasonings. I prefer using Fiesta Mix's Menudo Spice Mix. Some people will use chili ancho, dried up chili ancho, to flavor it. This creates a very gray colored menudo, which I'm not used to. I prefer a very dark red menudo. So along with the Menudo mix, you're going to be using bay leaves and Mexican oregano. Make sure it is Mexican oregano, otherwise it's going to end up tasting like pasta. So it's got to be Mexican oregano. So we're going to check back with y'all here in a little while. While your menudo's on the stove, stir it every once in a while, like once every 30 minutes to an hour, just to make sure that the meat is moving around. You're not going to burn it. This is not complicated, but getting the flavor profile is difficult. That's why some menudos are better than others, obviously. And real quick, by the way, in case you're wondering where Shavana is, obviously, like I said, it's about 1:30 in the morning and she's asleep. Nua's asleep with her. This is a surprise. I haven't made menudo, God, in years, to be honest. Truth is, making menudo is a huge undertaking because you gotta stay up all night watching it. I mean, you don't have to stay up all night unless you really know what you're doing, like those old people do. But I'm very meticulous. I have to keep an eye on my menudo. It's a lot like a brisket. I gotta keep an eye on my brisket. So I'm going to be surprising her with menudo in the morning. I can't remember if she ever says if she doesn't like it or not. I know she likes mine because mine is the best, obviously. But I can't remember. I just know she eats mine. Anyway, so yeah, I'm surprising her. That's why you don't see her. Later, just after some time of finishing it, I'm going to wake her up and bring her into the kitchen. And of course, I'm going to warn her that she's going to be on camera so she's not all twitchy. And she'll be trying this menudo with me in the morning. So just in case y'all were wondering where she is, she's asleep and this is a surprise. So see y'all in a few hours. Okay, so it's a little after 7 o'clock. Real quick, if you're not on my sleep schedule and staying up all night to watch your menudo is not something that you're capable of doing, throw your meat in, fill it up with water, bring it up to a rolling boil, and then once it's boiling, bring it down to low to simmer. And at simmer, as long as you have enough water, you could leave it there all night, wake up in the morning, and put in your finishing touches. Just please make sure you have enough water so you don't burn your menudo. So we're going to go ahead and add the oregano, the bay leaves, and then the menudo mix. And the secret ingredient. So with bay leaves, you have to be very careful with them. You just don't want to throw a bunch of them in there because bay leaves are a very powerful herb. A little bit goes a long way. So a pot as big as mine, 2 bay leaves is just fine. Remember once I was staying out in the Pecos for a while, checking out some rock art, some cave paintings that my people had done, 2,000 plus years ago. And this Mexican oregano was growing all over the canyon side. And it was, I don't want to say summertime, and every time the wind blew, this smell of oregano would wash up the canyon. And it was so odd to smell that and then be hungry immediately after you smell it. It was an experience. So we're gonna add this whole bag of oregano. It's about a 1/4 ounce of oregano. Stir in your oregano. The bay leaves are in there. You see them right there. Menudo is a comfort food. So you want to make it to taste, meaning you add this and that until it tastes perfect. And when I make my menudo, I don't want the people that I serve it to have to add salt or add pepper or add this or add that. Comfort food should be exactly that. It needs to, as soon as you taste it, it should be immediately comfortable. Make you feel comfortable. And the menudo mix is made out of mostly chili. chili powder. There's a bunch of other stuff in there. Um, Chili, pepper, spices, onion, garlic. Pretty much it. I like a very, very red. I prefer a very, very red menudo. So be generous. And once again, you are making it to taste. So if you want to add some and then give it a taste and add a little bit more and give it a taste, keep adding the spices that you think it needs and keep tasting it. You want it to taste right. I've been doing this for a while, so I know what my menudo is supposed to look like offhand, so I don't have to taste it right away. I know exactly how it's supposed to look. And once we add these seasonings, we're gonna let it finish and let all these seasonings soak into the meat for another hour, hour and a half, and then it'll be ready to serve. Okay, and now for the secret ingredients. So the secret ingredient, I remember the first time I made menudo. It was years ago, and I was making it at home, and I tasted it, and I felt like there was something missing. I was like, it's good, it's fine, but there's something missing. It just wasn't right. So I called my dad, and I said, Dad, I made this menudo. It tastes just fine. It tastes just like every other, some of the best restaurants in town. But there's something missing. It's just not right. I said, I feel like I should add a beer to the menudo. I said, why do I feel like I need to add a beer to the menudo? He said, 'cause that's what your grandfather used to do. And quite honestly, I didn't remember that. The last time my grandfather made menudo, maybe I was 7 years old. And it's been 20 years since the last time my grandfather made menudo. But it's true. Adding a light beer, I got a Bud Light. It doesn't have to be a Bud Light. It can be Busch. It could be natural. It could be Coors. But add a tall. How many ounces is this? I don't even know because I really don't drink. I call it a tall boy. Add one tall boy or 2 cans to a pot that big of light beer. So the alcohol in the beer will cook off. So there won't be any alcohol in this menudo, but and if the flavor is going to trigger some of you for obvious reasons, of course you don't have to add the beer, but the beer, I feel, and my family has agreed, it adds another depth, another layer of flavor that you didn't know menudo was missing until you taste it and you're like, whoa, what is that? There's something else there. What is that taste? What is that flavor that's so amazing that complements the menudo so well? And it's a beer. So I add beer to my menudo. So we're going to let this cook down for another hour. And then we'll start tasting it. We'll add a little bit of salt, add a little bit of chili powder, add more oregano if it needs it. And we'll start tasting it in about an hour. And then we'll wake up Shivana for her surprise menudo. Been about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and give this a taste here real quick. When you taste it, remember it's hot. You can just smell the beer. By the way, if you've never cooked menudo before, be prepared for the house to smell like boiled, dirty shoes. Used old shoes for a while. It's not a very pleasant smell, unless, like I said, you grew up with it. It kind of becomes a comfort smell. perfect. Perfect. Not too much chile, not too much salt. Little hints of the beer on the aftertaste, so it adds a boldness or richness. Perfectly fatty. It's perfect. It's time to wake up Shivana. Okay, so it is now 9:15 and Shivana has finally gotten up. She goes, Cameron, what's that smell? And I said, I made you something. So she's coming out. Ooh, oh, Yanni.
Oh my goodness. Good morning. First, this. Oh my goodness. Did they see this yet?
Oh, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and put this together. To show you how you serve this. Obviously, you serve it in a bowl. 3 garnishes. Chopped onions. It could be red, white, or yellow. Doesn't really matter. Limes. A lot of traditional people will tell you Mexican limes. However, Mexican limes are too dry. The whole point of adding lime is so you can taste the lime. So get some real limes. And the third garnish is cilantro. I, unfortunately, are one of those people who thinks it tastes like soap. This one, too. So, no cilantro for us. So, we will be having onions and limes to garnish our menudo. And Shivana gets the first bowl, as always.
Let me try it first, okay, guys? Ooh! It makes me even.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll tell you guys the rest later. Just kidding. Dude, this is so good. So, we made this in Menudo City.
For those of y'all who are familiar with NAC, Native American Church, Menudo City is where my grandma Amada would sell peyote to different peoples from Mexico to Canada. And for a while there, my family were the caretakers of the property after she passed away. And I had a thing where I would make menudo for the October meeting, for her birthday meeting. And, you'd have like Dene and Ute and CNAs, Cheyenne, Arapaho, come down. And I would make menudo, just as a, welcoming kind of thing. Big, huge pot of menudo. But it was always gone.
So during that time, he made it. And in the morning, I started like around 8 o'clock. I started making fried bread. Oh my God, this is so good with fried bread. I made fried bread and I ate it. And the cameras are like, just try it. I was like, no. I was like, I don't want to. I was like, I had a bad experience. And he's like, maybe your taste buds changed. And he's like, it's been so long. I was like, all right, let me try. So I did, and oh my God! For some reason, during that time, it was more red.
I think it's because the menudo powder was old.
You're old. Just kidding.
Menudo powder's a little old, so it's a little more on the green side than red. But that's okay. It still tastes fine.
Yeah, it still tastes great. It tastes amazing. So I just, me, like you see some of the videos that like the crawfish and all that stuff. I would just taste the soup, just the hominy, and maybe the pig's feet. But I wouldn't try this. Try. I was scared because I just thought it was just gonna maybe Gallup area didn't really make it right or something.
Or they just make it different. Like I said, people make menudo different ways.
Yeah. So once I tried it, I was like, oh my god, like my mouth got watery, and I was like, where's my fry bread? Pass me one of my fry breads. And ever since then, I like his menudo made me get back into eating it, and yeah, so.
And the meat is cooked perfectly. It's not too soft. It's not too soft. It's not at all rubbery or hard to chew. It tastes the texture on this menudo is perfect. But you want to try it? No. Okay, my daughter wants to come say hi.
I know, I couldn't look her up. And
she just got up. Say hi. So, but she doesn't.
Say hi over there. Say hi to the vlog. I did.
She doesn't want to try the menudo just yet. She just woke up. She's not the kind of kid that wakes up and then wants to eat.
And I'm gonna keep growing.
She is gonna keep growing. So we'll give her some menudo later. Anyway.
No.
So,
but yeah, thank you for watching, you guys.
Hope y'all enjoyed the menudo. Y'all have any questions? Always hit me up. I can, even call you over the phone and instruct you how to make this.
Bye.
Trust him.
So,
well, hold on. So when I woke up, did you tell him yet or not yet?
What?
When I woke up, I was like, Cameron!
No.
No? I thought you said you did.
No, I said that you woke up and you said, hey, what's that smell?
Yeah, I was like, Cameron, what's that smell?
Yeah.
So before I said that, I woke up and I was like almost like that movie, Baby Boy, where the dad's all cooking up in the kitchen, but Cameron wasn't naked. Just kidding. But I was all like, am I in the right house? I was dreaming about something. But I was all like, I smell something. So I'm like, Cameron! I was like, what's that smell? I wanted Cameron to answer. That's why I was all like, Cameron! And then what you say? What you do?
Well, I set up the camera. I said I made you a surprise.
And I didn't know what the surprise was. I mean, this was the last thing on my mind.
Because, like I said, I don't make this very often. Not often at all. Because, it's not exactly difficult. It's just, you gotta watch it.
But now that I think about it, I'm like, it's towards the winter, and I guess he made it.
It is perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I can't wait to look at my brothers.
And I'm not, I'm not gonna lie to y'all about this. I'm not gonna. I have yet to find a better tasting menudo than the one I make, and that is something I will brag about. My menudo is awesome. Anyway, guys,
delicious.
thanks for watching another episode of It Happened Off the Res. We are so happy to be back.
We are.
So, click that like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell for future notification of videos, and we'll see y'all next time.
And always remember, I'm not a quitter. Just
Bye, guys.
So that's the reason why we're back. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. We'll see you guys in the next clip.
Bye.
And as the new one says, thanks for watching. Bye.